Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that I know is very important to us too as women. So let's talk about miscarriages and stillbirth. I know a lot of people were like, I don't want to hear about it, I don't want to hear about it. Let me slow this down a little bit. I don't want to hear about it. It's not something positive and stuff. Trust me, we need to talk about things that affecting women, because I had this same experience in 2018. So I want to share my own experience with you and encourage some women out there, because trust me, it's not easy to have a miscarriage. Like in my own situation, you know, when I've been waiting for the Lord for so long, for almost 8 years. In 2018, I'll say almost 8 years. And eventually I didn't plan for it, but God decided to surprise me, because I remember I was almost 2 months gone before I knew I was pregnant. And along the line, when the joy was there, I was so happy that, oh, God finally answered my prayer and stuff like that. And something else happened, miscarriage. That is going to be heartbroken. That's going to make you feel sad. It can even lead to anxiety or depression. And in my own case, I try my best not to let it happen, but it's still, I'm going to do another video on depression and anxiety. That's a different topic on its own. So let's talk more about miscarriage and stillbirth, because in my own situation, it happens that it was classified as both, because the baby has formed most all the body part, so they count to like stillbirth. And the way it happens, like the baby came out through my vagina. That's kind of heartbroken. That's kind of something I've never heard before. I even asked them in the hospital, like, have you seen something like that before? They said they can't say they've not seen that, and they can't say they always see something like that. So it happens once in a while, because it happens to me, so it can happen to anyone. So let me share my own experience and what they later discover about it. When I had that, I was going to classify as like I was stressing myself. You know, when you are looking onto the Lord for the fruit of the man, God eventually answer your prayer. All you have to do is rest. I know we all need money. In my own case, I was thinking in my head like, oh, I need to do all the work I have to do now, so when the baby comes I can relax and take care of the baby. But without knowing that, fine, I was working to say I want to save and have time for the baby, but what if the baby, if you didn't try your best, you didn't do things that will make the baby to come? So when I had that, then when I had the experience of miscarriage and stuff, and I learned something about that as well. Like sometimes when things want to happen to you, God will, it can happen, you can get the vision from your dream, or someone that's closer to you. God can send anyone to you. In my own case, she was one of my sister. She was a Christian before, but at that particular time, and now she's not a Muslim. But it doesn't matter because of religion or stuff. God can send anyone to you. All you just have to do is click into that. Because I remember when I knew I was pregnant, she didn't even know about it. She called me and told me about, like, she had a dream, and the dream that I was pregnant, but the message that she got from the dream was that when I'm pregnant, I have to keep it as a secret. But you know, something you've been waiting for so long, and eventually that just happened, and we're like, no, I can't just hold this joy to myself. I have to share with my family. I have to share with my friends. It's not that I was calling my friends to tell them, but if something just happened, like maybe I have to go to them, I was supposed to do something, I'm not doing it the right way, I just have to tell them like, oh, I'm so sorry, it's because I'm pregnant and stuff, without knowing. And anytime I do that, and when I'm at work and people are looking at me like, oh, you look different, they even ask me, I'm like, you can't see, something is there. I'll be the one to let them know what's going on. And I'll now say to God, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. So in that way, later I realized the obedience is better than sacrifice, because I know what I was doing is wrong, because I wanted to like stay and listen to the message from God. But I can just do it. I want to like satisfy women, not God. And every time I do that mistake, I'll now say to God, God, forgive me. Please, I've messed it. And I'll still do it again. But when the miscarriage happened, I felt so sad. And I noticed something, because at that particular time, I think I had a friend at work, my manager, she was pregnant too. She had a miscarriage at that period of time. My husband was in a different way. My brother's fiancé had a miscarriage then. It's not my brother's wife now. So he had a miscarriage then. And what I noticed is when you have a miscarriage, and all you just have to do is relax. Okay, relax. It can take you 3 months, it can take you 6 months. Trust me, you're going to be pregnant soon, because your body is still, I would say, flexible. Your body, all your hormones is still trying to work out. So if you just do that thing, you just click, bam. So I always tell people, maybe if you don't want a pregnancy before and mistakenly you now had a miscarriage, I said, if you don't want that pregnancy again, don't try to do that thing. You know what I mean? The thing husband and wife do, okay? If you do it closer to that time, trust me, you're going to be pregnant again. So this is to encourage someone, because I've had people who say, oh, they've had miscarriages for 16 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Wow. That woman is a strong woman. Wow. Oh my God, 16 times. I had the experience once, and I don't even pray for it for my enemy to have that, because it's not. Because maybe the way, if mine has happened like, I just wake up and start seeing blood, I think it wouldn't really weigh me down. But the way that happened, like the baby has started growing, I've had my 3-month scan, and 2 weeks after, I think the second day after the 3-month scan, that's when I started seeing symptoms that showing that something is going on. And later, when I got pregnant again, because even in my case, I never thought I'm going to be pregnant again, because you know something you've been waiting for 8 years, and you have it, that then is no more. And I was thinking it's going to be another process of 8 years, but that didn't happen, because I wasn't even planning it. I remember when that happened, I went to a barber shop to take some herbs to help me get back to my feet, to go back to work. And I was thinking, okay, let me just go for my fibroid operation, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, fibroid, so how do you get pregnant? My fibroid is not the kind of fibroid that cause people not to be pregnant, because it's outside the womb. But when I got pregnant with the other one, it was really affecting me. So I was like, okay, let me just take this out, and when I'm pregnant later, I wouldn't have any problem. But God's plan is different from our own plan. Sometimes we have our home plan, like what's going on in the world right now. We have our home plan that this is what we want to do, and God will say to you, I'm the king. I rule the universe, you know. I can do whatever I want, in a good way though. So God now looked at me and said, you don't have to wait too long. Take another baby. And that was it. So I want to encourage you how that, if maybe that's what you're going through right now. I know some people that after miscarriage, they don't find it easy to get pregnant again. Trust me, if you put your mind together and eat good food, because I remember then I was working on my healthy eating and stuff, lifestyle. I think I started doing exercise. I was doing things that makes me feel good, and before I know it, and not just me, you know, the 2 people that I mentioned before, the reason why I mentioned them is the same happened to them. With my manager, didn't take her out to 2 months or 3 months before she got pregnant, and with my brother's wife, it didn't take her up to 2 months. It depends on your body, but most people that experience miscarriages, like stuff like that, it doesn't take them so long for them to get pregnant. So don't, if that just happened to you now, don't just switch into depression, or you think that's the end of the world. No, that's not the end of the world. You're gonna be blessed with another baby. You can even be blessed if it's one. You can be blessed with twins. You can be blessed with triplet. It depends on what you want. So don't give up on yourself. And later I discovered something with my second pregnancy, that most people that always have miscarriages, it may be like you have short cervical length. So what you have to do is, when you're pregnant, like what happened my second pregnancy, when I got pregnant again, let me slow this down a little bit. When I got pregnant again, they start monitoring. And even here I've had it, like people always say that sometimes some people, they don't do it until when they got like 4 miscarriages. But I was so lucky, maybe because when that happened to me, I was able to give consent for them to use part of baby's stuff to do research to help other women, because sometimes God look at you like, when you do things, you don't know you'll get a reward back. I'll say in my own case, it was like a reward, because this was just my second one, and they spent so much on me, because they were doing more scan every week. and they didn't know exactly what the problem was until when I was almost 20 weeks pregnant. Yeah, 20 weeks. So in some different way, like, you know, with the first pregnancy, that happened to me when I was 14 weeks. Because if they're not doing the right thing, what will have happened is when I was 20 something week, I think it was 21 week again, I will have had another miscarriage, sorry, miscarriage, and it will be very bad. And the way it has happened, if you have short cervic length, the baby will come out. You will deliver the baby how, and it's going to be like a dead baby because the water will have broken for like 2 days or one day, and you won't even know what's going on. You think, oh, maybe you're weighing on yourself, and the baby won't be able to survive. And most especially if the baby is like 20 weeks upwards, they can't even save the baby. And even if you give birth to a baby of 22 weeks or 20 weeks, is not 50% assurance that the baby is going to leave. And if the baby leaves, there's going to be like a lot of things going on. So if you've had experience with miscarriage and stuff, when you're pregnant again, please let them check everything, your cervix, everything, that everything is normal, okay? Because that was what helped me with my second pregnancy. So that's why I'm here to share with you. Because when they knew that I have, and with my first child, I didn't have that experience, but it depends on our body, you know, as we're growing, things happen. So what they did was, after they knew that the cervix, I had short cervic length, so what they did was they have to take me to the theater and stitch the cervix to close it out so it wouldn't open. Because what happens is, when you have when the baby is growing, it will get to a point that the cervix can't contain the baby anymore, so it opens and the baby drops down. So it's a very terrible experience. I don't want you to have that. I've had it before, but maybe that's why God gave me the grace to come out here to share with you. Because sometimes when we go through things, it's just for us to have that experience and be able to share with others. So please, if you've had that experience, I know it's going to be very expensive when you're back home, like Africa. You have to pay for the hospital bills and stuff, but nothing's too expensive for us to have our baby, okay? They're blessings from God, and that God has given you that child will give you that money to be able to do the right thing for the baby to be saved, and you're going to be saved as well. That is a great thing, because I've had someone in Nigeria do that for her, and that failed as well. And I want to say, for that to fail, that means they didn't do it the right way. Okay? They didn't do it the right way, because it's going to cost, I know it really cost NHS so much money for them to take me to the theater twice, because when I wanted to have the baby, I had the baby through cesarean as well. So it was like the first process. They have to give me epidural. With the first woman, the baby was 22 weeks. Yeah, they have to give me, because even then they were not sure of what to do with me, because I was having something like contraction, and they said to me, if they have to stitch it and I'm having contraction, it's not going to be good. That can make that cracked up and other things will happen. But later they realized it wasn't contraction, it was just that the pain I was going through all through the pregnancy. So that's why they took me to the theater, and I thank God that everything was successful. And even they said to me that I should sign a consent form, then that when they take me to the theater, if they want to stitch it, they can mistakenly break the water, and that can lead to miscarriage. So I'll just put it that everything is just the grace of God. It's not easy to be pregnant and give birth to that child, and you're safe and the child is safe. So it's just the grace of God. So when you're pregnant, all you just have to do is more prayerful. It doesn't matter if you're Christian or Muslim. Just pray to God to deliver safely, and you're going to be fine, and the baby's going to be fine, okay? So this is why I just want to share this short video with you. I know this is going to help someone out there. If not you, it can be your friend. So you can share it with friends and family. And please don't forget to like my videos. I have a lot of videos that are more interesting as well. Just please watch them. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And thank you for all your love and support. I love you all. Thank you. Bye.